Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the South Park season premiere, Member Berries. And overall, I really enjoyed this episode, and thought that it was a really good first episode to show off kind of where the season's going. So, I also thought that a good amount of the jokes stuck here and were really funny in what they were trying to accomplish. So, the first big thing was we're looking in on the girls volleyball team, which has been not taken seriously throughout the show at most points, and it's like sold out, and everybody's there to see what's going to happen with the players, if they're going to stand or sit or kneel during the national anthem, so much to the point that Randy has bet that the one girl that they're focusing on is going to sit. She's like, you better sit. I got $100 riding on you. And it was just like, yes, it's the thing happening right now, and people are going to be watching for who does it, and it's going to be turned into a complete and utter spectacle of crapitude, usually in South Park. So they get through the national anthem, and realize, all right, and then pretty much everyone proceeds to leave as the game continues and everything. And a couple of girls did sit out, and they went to the principal, the PC principal, talk about how one dude was all mind trolling all the girls and saying sexist and rude things, and that's what they were protesting about. And they all believe, and Wendy's part of them, that it's Eric Cartman. And of course, you would think that this would be Eric Cartman's thing. And you're kind of going through the show and thinking, could it be him? What's going on here? And then he comes in, and the shirt that he's wearing is just complete Cartman. But the thing is, when you're seeing him acting this kind of way, he's actually like saying, no, it's not me. He's trying to actually be better in certain respects, though still retain his childish assishness. And him trying to see through that, and him saying about like the Ghostbuster stuff and talking about how women are funny, and then trying to do it, but doing it in a stupid ass way was just hilarious. Like, trying to get them to make, like, women jokes that comedians are supposed to be doing is, like, his view of it. He's like, oh, say something about a vagina or whatnot. And it's like, God damn it, Cartman. What? That's why you love the little bastard, because he's a little shit, and he does stupid things, and he's pretty much a little Hitler asshole who will do anything and fuck over anyone to achieve his goals. But yet there was a weird earnestness about what he was doing, even though he was trying to do insane things, because later on, Kyle and all of them involved are like, oh god, what's going on here? Oh look, here's another thing this internet dude put up, and Kyle's like, stop this stuff, Cartman. Cartman like runs over, someone drew a vagina on my face. Look, see, it's also got balls. It's like, yeah, Cartman would be stupid enough to do that. And it's just like, why are you trying to start a gender war or whatnot? What is your goal? What is your end game? Is it the next Nintendo console? Because he's done that kind of stuff to attempt to get a Wii. It just fits in his modus operandi, and it's really interesting to see where that's going to be going. Because then we also saw that people were trying to reboot the national anthem, and the only one to do that was J.J. Abrams. And it's like, oh god, seeing everything with like the reboots, and then we get the member berries, which are like supposed to remind you of happy times and help you remember all these good things. And it was really interesting how they were doing that, because at first you're like, oh, it's okay, it's trying to help you deal with like the craziness of today. But then it starts like, oh, you're just trying to live in the past because Randy's eating them, and it's like, oh god, what the hell? It starts saying these kind of weird things that you would be like, no, that's not right. Marriage between a man and a woman, it's like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. What the hell's going on with you? Do you think it's going bad or something? It's like, that's going to be an interesting plot point that they're going to be using. And we also get the presidential election put through. And I love how they kept up with the themes from past seasons. It's like, giant douche and a turd sandwich. It always comes down to that. And it was interesting to see Mr. Garrison in the role of kind of the Trump figure, and how seeing that they were polling higher than Hillary Clinton, the turd sandwich. And he's like, wait a minute, we're winning? We don't have a plan! How are we gonna, oh crap, I look like a jackass if I drop out, I look like a jackass if I win. So he comes up with the idea, he's gotta make it so that Hillary can win. And he's like, alright, I got this plan. During the national anthem, I'm gonna sit down and make myself look like an asshole, and that's gonna be how I screw myself over and get her to win. And so they're doing all this stuff at the football stadium for the national anthem, and he's like, alright. And it's like, everyone, we ask you to stand or kneel or sit down or whatever in respect of the country. And it's like, what do? I can't make myself look like an asshole. And it seemed like everybody around, so everybody was kind of doing their own thing. It was kind of this same national anthem, just, I didn't notice any changes. And I was, wondering if there's, at first glance, I didn't notice any changes, though this is South Park, so there could have been some kind of weird thing put in there that'll probably come back later. But then we see, Wendy Testerberger and, everybody else kind of peeved off a little bit. And then they kind of go off, and you can see the rumblings of the kind of gender war that's going to probably start going through in the South Park school, and that's going to be interesting. So Kyle's on the toilet, and then Cartman's running in, and he's like, listen, I'm trying to do all I can. We've got a race war going on, and the gender war would just completely screw us. We got to figure out what's going on. And it's Cartman's not the troll. That's weird. So then we see a scene of Kyle kind of trying to figure it out in his bed. And then we see his dad go on, and he's the one that's been trolling. And it's what's his end game? Is he just trying to instill some kind of craziness into this school for some reason? What's his end game? I mean, Kyle's dad has done some weird stuff, but I mean, this is whoa. I'm excited to see what he's kind of trying to do and what his end game is, because it's completely out of left field. And also, what's Cartman's end game? Because usually he's only into stuff if it works out in his favor or gets him something that he deems worthy. So I'm really excited to see where they're going to be taking all these characters and where their arcs are going to be going throughout this season. So those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.